a lot of them just say, you're looking really good. What are you doing? And I said, yeah, I am doing the injections, but actually the biggest part for me is Slimpod, because that is something that I can listen to forever.
One of the biggest problems that people face when it comes to almost goal weight and they're on the injections is that they're worried about coming off because they will go back to their normal
Mm.
behavior. How do you feel about that?
I've certainly noticed that my body, yeah, I feel better inside. I think that those changes that I've made is definitely going to help, and I feel that these are definite changes that, yeah, I say just the way that I think about things, because I feel stronger. I feel more confident in myself. I want to carry on doing that.
And that is the sustainable part of it. That is the key to it all. Hi there, I'm Sandra Roycroft Davis, a Harley Street weight loss specialist, Sunday Times bestselling author, and award winning creator of the Slimpod programme, which works in the same way as weight loss medication, but naturally and sustainably. I created Slimpod after overcoming my own struggles with food and self-esteem, and am now really proud to say that I've helped over 350,000 people change their habits and break free from dieting for good. In this podcast, you'll hear inspiring conversations with Slimpodders and experts to help you feel empowered, supported, and in control around food again. And if you enjoyed this, please give it a like, hit subscribe, or share it with somebody. Every action helps more people find the video, and it could really help somebody who needs to see it. Let's get into it. I'm so delighted to have Alison with me today because Alison is a little bit different. She has, in the nicest possible way, she has used Slimpod and Mounjaro to help her lose weight, and it's been a great success story. But it's a success story because of her awareness of the fact that she needed to change her relationship with food as well. Now, Alison, you have lost almost 4 stone now,
Yep.
which is fantastic. So tell us about the whole start of this and how you actually what was the decision-making process at the beginning?
Yeah, right at the start, I mean, I've, like everybody else, I've been on and off diets most of my life, and I'd been asked by the GP to go on, just start taking some blood pressure medication, because I wasn't changing that sort of high blood pressure, and they were obviously concerned about the long-term sort of health effects of that. And I thought, well, at 53, I thought I don't really want to be on blood pressure medication. So for me, that was the catalyst. And then I sort of I explored with another colleague about using Mounjaro, because I'd heard of a lot of conversations about that, and sort of looked at information, and I'd got that ordered, ready to start, when another colleague told me about Slimpod. And I thought, well, how, because she said that that's all that she had done. She herself had lost 3 stone. Because I just commented, one day that she just looked really good. And I sort of asked her what had happened, because she wasn't sort of openly sharing. So she was very positive about it, and so we had a great we had a sort of a lunch together, and she explained about the whole process, and I thought, I want to give this a go as well.
Yeah.
So literally the same day I started listening to the pods, I started my injections.
So how did you notice, how did you know that one thing was working? And because Slimpod does a very similar thing to the injections, obviously,
Mm.
but it does it naturally. So how did you know that Slimpod was working or the Mounjaro was working? What was the difference?
I think it just changed the way that I was feeling about food. I had started, I think, for the first the first month, I was using an app to monitor my food intake, looking at the nutrients and things that I was giving myself. And I think that wouldn't have come. I've got other friends that are just doing, whether it's Mounjaro or Wegovy or whatever, but they haven't changed what they are doing with regard. Sort of saying, oh, yeah, I can still go to McDonald's. And absolutely nothing wrong with McDonald's, but that's not the most nutritional food. So for me, I think the Slimpod was what helped me understand with the coaching videos and all the information that you give. There isn't a diet plan, as you sort of say, but it kind of gently nudges you to you really need to think about what you're eating and actually how it's going to, yes, there is lots of joy still in eating food. I'm not just eating plain chicken and rice, but I've been able to adapt what I'm choosing, and that's definitely Slimpod. For me.
Yeah, and so also, one of the biggest problems that people face when it comes to almost goal weight and they're on the injections is that they're worried about coming off because they will go back to their normal behavior, etc. How do you feel about that part of it?
I feel there's always that kind of, how is that going to be the back of your mind, I suppose. But I've stayed with 2.5 milligrams my entire journey, because I know that increasing the dose doesn't make you lose more weight. It suppresses your appetite more, but then you can also increase the risk of side effects. You sort of hear online people sort of talking about, really bad upset tummies and sort of very bad, other digestive issues. And I've not really, I've had very, very mild amount of that for the first sort of month perhaps. But I've certainly noticed that my body, I feel better inside because I'm giving myself, I am putting collagen in my coffee and various bits and pieces like that, but actually it makes me feel good. So I think that those changes that I've made and the fact that I haven't got to work myself way back down the doses again is definitely going to help. And I feel that these are definite changes that, say just the way that I think about things.
Yeah. And so your whole mindset, changes. Absolutely. And do you feel confident? How much are you going to be staying on the 2.5 for a while, or are you going to be coming off soon and seeing what happens?
I'm not quite sure. I've got enough at the minute for about another 4 or 5 weeks. But according to my BMI, which I'm still not even in the overweight section yet, which I think is, I've gone from a size 22 to currently I'm 14.
Right.
And I've been 10, 12 before now. So that's kind of in my mindset of where I want to head to. But I think I'm sort of currently losing about 1 to 2 pounds a week, I suppose. And I've lost every week since I've been doing this, and measurements as well, which I have been doing, because some weeks, as you say, there are times when your body shape changes or when you kind of don't lose a lot because actually your body is just having that reset moment. So that hasn't made me worry about this isn't working, because I know that things take time, and actually I'd rather it do that than, I've done Cambridge diet where it just everything falls off, but then you start eating food again and oh my goodness, that's not sustainable. And I've got to that point where I don't want to be having to have a battle with myself about what I am thinking about and that kind of thing, really. So yeah, I think I will get to that point where I'm I know a lot of people stay on 2.5 or sort of in the longer term, and I think I can only try and see how I feel, but I'm confident that I have addressed kind of how I'm sort of yeah, thinking about what I eat, what I choose to eat. But if I really want to have, I mean, we had a Christmas party last weekend with work, and it was all provided for, sort of roast dinner and things. But I enjoyed it, but I ate about half of this massive plate that was given to me, and I was very comfortable with that. And I had, and I think I had a sort of the chocolate torte thing, which tasted very nice, but I kind of liked the fruit that came with it more than I liked the chocolate, which is very strange for me.
Yeah.
And things. So I think, yeah, that confidence in being okay going out and doing things like that is certainly been really, really positive. Yeah, positive. Yeah.
And you obviously you battled with your weight,
Mhm.
for quite a long time. And so, what was it? I mean, were you a yo-yo dieter?
Absolutely. 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 I mean, I remember back in the 90s, I did the cabbage soup diet. And yeah, it's sort of, I've got a gold membership for Weight Watchers and all the other ones. Um, but but yeah, but this is, and I have spoken to sort of friends and family about it as well. I mean, everyone's been very supportive, very encouraging, and but not in a kind of judgmental way at all. Because I think that there, again, with the injections, there's a big thing about that, and it's you kind of almost have to kind of like, but I am kind of doing that a bit as well, and you're kind of reluctant to say because yeah, people judge you, and
I do.
that's really hard
I
because
know.
they think that you're cheating, um
Yeah,
and
it's happening so much at the moment.
yeah, yeah, and it's, yeah, I think that for, obesity is a, worldwide massive issue, and the cost implications, and as well as, individuals, people, health, and how that impacts them. And it's frustrating when you go to the GP and they sort of, for your checkups and things, and they sort of say, oh, your weight's a bit up and things, but they don't give you any solutions as to, well, you need to do something about it, but just go away and sort yourself out. And it's as if we haven't already tried that many times before. So that's really, so yeah, when I heard about Slimpod, I thought, well, that is something that I haven't tried before. And I even went and I have your book because I wanted to look more into it and to get more of the sort of the science, everything else that you've put into this. And even like the ultra processed people book by Chris Van Tulleken as well. I've almost finished reading that one as well, and that really helps to explain so much about processed food and how it's designed to be addictive, even the shape of the Pringles pack so that you can't get your hand in quite enough, all of that kind of thing. You just don't realize how that marketing, how the design, how the, how it's made. So I have this mindset now, and I've actually even been sharing it with families when I see them for, weaning advice and things like that. If there's, look at the label, if there's things on the label that say that yeah, aren't in your kitchen, then it's really processed food. And actually, what nutrition is your child getting from this? So maybe even look, so if I can in any way influence that, and encouraging, sort of families to have, as much whole foods as possible that aren't processed, let their children explore and, and then enjoy that, then, then hopefully that sets up good habits as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I'm nodding profusely because, it's everything. It is absolutely the thing. It's what we eat. That is, I'm just, I'll go on a rant, so I'm not going.
Yes.
I'm
It's
not
fine.
going to carry on. But Alison, do you? I mean, out of everything you've done and all the years that you have been, doing the yo-yo thing, um, how do you feel about the sustainability now? Because that is what it's all about, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
about sustainable
it
weight
is.
loss at
It
the end
is.
of the day.
I think one of the other things that has made a big difference for me is I've always been um aware that I need to exercise and move a bit more. And I found I go to jazzercise class because for me, I enjoy the mixture of the sort of aerobic dancing around a bit as well as the kind of weights and things that we use for some more resistance training. And but I've always had gone through periods where I've struggled to make myself go, especially on dark evenings when it's raining outside and you just don't want to leave home. But I find now that I'm going usually at least 3 times a week, and I always did enjoy it, but I'm enjoying it so much more because I feel stronger. I feel more confident in myself. I'm enjoying getting new leggings and tops and stuff to wear, smaller sizes, and I'm not wearing the big baggy t-shirts and things that I used to wear. And I want to carry on doing that. And I think because I've incorporated it in my daily routine, that I know that on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, that's what I do. If I'm not doing something on the weekend, I go Saturday morning as well. And I chat with the girls there, and for me, carrying on with that is it's almost like it's ingrained now. So I think that is definitely making a big difference too, because it makes you feel, even when you finish the class and you sort of come away at the end, you just feel so much better.
Yeah, I know.
In yourself.
And that is the sustainable part of it, because when you've ingrained habits that you're actually enjoying and you
Mm.
don't feel that they're a chore,
Yeah,
and they just make you feel good,
yeah,
that is the key to it all. And eating, food that is healthy but enjoyable,
yeah,
that is the key to it all.
yeah. We have the meals that come in a box, and that you make up every day. And I've I you know I we still enjoy those. I kind of look to choose the more healthier options, but that so me and my husband, we're both, because he's lost 9-10 kilos now without even without even
Yes.
consciously doing anything.
You told me about that. He's just listening
Yeah,
while you listen,
yeah.
and he's not even on the injections.
No.
Yes, so that I remember you telling
Yeah,
me about that.
yeah,
That's amazing. So
yeah,
your husband has lost 10 kilos, did you
yeah,
say?
yeah,
Oh my goodness,
yeah,
that's nearly 2 stone.
yeah, yeah,
By
yeah.
just listening, he's not on the jabs at all.
No.
Oh, that's fascinating.
Yeah, no, he's not. He said the first night I was all set to put my earphones in, and he said, "Oh, I don't mind if you just play that." It's a sound, so I play it every night. I usually fall asleep at sort of halfway through the second pod, but yeah. So no, he's not normally even awake. Um, and yeah, we are sort of more aware. But I've not told him, well, if you want that chocolate or if you want, but he's not actually wanted it either. So,
Amazing. So,
which is,
I mean, that's perfect because the two of you are eating less, and
mm,
he's doing it more naturally. But then you can, I mean, that must give you great comfort for what
mm.
happens when you come off the jabs, because you can see what it's doing with him.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And both of us also, not that I was a big drinker or anything at all, but neither of us are particularly even wanting alcohol. I mean, I'm not even using the alcohol pod. For him, he feels so much better because he's lighter, he's exercising more, his blood pressure is better than it was. And he knows that if he has more than a drink or two, that actually he doesn't feel great himself, his body hurts more, so he doesn't want it. So that's been another positive as well.
Amazing.
So, yeah.
And he's just been listening to the download. He's been just listening to
Yeah,
the Slimpod. He hasn't actually done all the other things,
no,
which is
he hasn't.
it's fantastic.
No, we are so grateful to the whole program,
Lovely. Thank you.
both of us. And anybody that talks to me, that asks me what am I doing, a lot of them just say, you're looking really good. What are you doing? And I said, yeah, I am doing the injections, but actually the biggest part for me is Slimpod, um, because that's something that I can listen to forever. Um, and it's just part of what I do to go to sleep. Actually, funny enough, my other half said the other night, he told me to turn it up because he said I can't hear Trevor clearly enough. I said, because I was trying not to disturb him, and he said I can't hear Trevor, so please turn him up. Like, okay. Funny, it's so funny.
I love that. That is so. And on that note,
Yes,
I just want to say thank you so much because I've just loved this chat, and it's just showing, yeah, that last bit is just quite extraordinary. And so yeah, it's fabulous. Thank you so much.
no, thank you.
It's just gonna, this really does help people understand the whole thing really, and how, especially how the two things work together.
Absolutely,
Thank
absolutely.
you.
Thanks so much for watching. I hope this episode has given you a spark of hope or a new way to think about your journey with your weight. If it did, please give it a like, hit subscribe, and share it with somebody who needs to hear this. And if you're ready to lose weight for good, try the Slimpod program. It's helped thousands of people change their lives, and it can help you too. You'll find all the links below, and I'd love to support you on your journey.